Hello guys, welcome back. So, as you guys know, Jamaica has been hit with a Category 5 hurricane, Hurricane Melissa. And the western end of the island, it has been completely devastated. Um, for the other portions, we have damages, yes, and there are some people who are currently missing. No one can find them because many of these people had their homes close to the coastline, and the host is not there, the people, they're not there. The death toll is rising. The last time the number was at 12, I believe, 12 people who have lost their lives, right? And they expect this number to go up because there are people that are still unaccounted for. Their house is not where it used to be, and they can't find those people. And they really literally beg these people to get into shelters before the hurricane, took landfall. No. Another thing I must emphasize is this. I see a lot of Americans saying horrible, disgusting stuff about Jamaica and Jamaicans. It's not all of you guys, it's just some of you guys. It's a lot on Twitter and basically every social media platform. And one of the most popular comments is that we have no infrastructure. The houses here are shacks and all of that jazz. Now, I see people who are tourists who said they came here as tourists. A few months ago, they saw shacks. It was nothing but shacks. And that's a lie because the tourists, they are on the resort and they see nothing but palaces. In those areas, there's nothing but like huge houses, like palaces, right? When it comes to Jamaicans living in shacks, that's about 2% of the population, right? We have very few people here that are homeless. The homelessness rate here, it's very lower than America. And you guys can understand that with a larger population versus a smaller population, that is completely normal and that is completely natural. But remember that normally when we get hurricanes, it's like 75 miles per hour in terms of the strength of the speed, right? 75 miles per hour. Melissa was 200. She was 200. Regular hurricanes up to a Category 4, 75 miles in terms of the strength. 75 miles. Some cases, 88. Melissa was 200. So it doesn't matter how well you have built, because even people who didn't have any damage to their roof, damage to the house, what is happening now? There are landslides, and the landslide, it's happening from under their house, so the foundation is slowly being moved, right? So there'll be more people losing their houses. And I know that not everyone has the luxury of traveling to Jamaica. I know that not everyone has seen Jamaica, but the comments, they are extremely hateful and extremely distasteful. No, I've seen people also commenting. These comments were coming from the white racist people. And how I know they were coming from the white racist people, those were the same people that I see celebrating Americans losing their SNAP benefits. And they have been celebrating, saying Black Americans are too lazy, they're losing their SNAP benefits. And then you have Black Americans talking trash about Jamaicans, especially the ones at the resort. Do you guys understand what is going on here? Black Americans are on social media talking trash about Jamaica when we've always been y'all defenders. We have always defend Black Americans. And now we see white racist people laughing, saying it's mostly black people that's going to lose their SNAP benefit and they have a ballroom to build. Sorry, Jamaica, we're not gonna give you any money. No. Many of you are sitting down over there in America and has no idea what can potentially happen to your country at this point, and your only savior is Jamaica's airspace and landing space. You guys have no idea what is going on in your country. Well, let me give you some insight, right? So, Russia has their strongest force down in Venezuela, and they have their, I forgot how they classify those fighter jets that they have, but it's nothing compared to what America has. Do you know how America loves to trick the world and say they have the best military and they have the best this and they have the best that? It's never true. They did it in the Second World War. It's never true. You know who bailed out America in the Second World War? And it's the reason they won? England and Jamaica. If we did not allow them to use our airspace and our landing strips and our airports, they would have lost that war. Jamaica lost 10,000 soldiers in the Second World War fighting for America. And now America is literally begging us a favor to use our airspace again because they're cornered in the Caribbean by China, by Russia, and by Venezuela, and by Cuba. The only person that's over there that's teaming up with them is Trinidad, and Trinidad cannot help them with their airspace. And Trinidad has officially become enemies of Russia, Venezuela, and China. Because how dare you team up with the United States to go into someone's country to take their oil? America's only savior at this point is the Caribbean, is Jamaica's airspace. It is what they have been using over the years. And I see people on Twitter and they're on, what's the other platform called? What has Jamaica done for America? Jamaica has never done anything for America. Oh yeah? Checked out how we saved y'all asses in the Second World War. And tell me if that's nothing. That's what y'all need to know. But because many people are not aware of their own history, they don't know. There's a monument here in Jamaica that has a 10,000 soldiers name who have died fighting for America. Without those soldiers, without us, America would have lost that war. So y'all better be nice, because you have no idea that Trump is literally begging for our airspace at this point. When Biden was in power, he was allowed to use the airspace to test out the fighter jet. Now, America needs Jamaica's airspace to defend y'all. Not to defend us, because we're not picking wars with anyone. To defend you, Americans, because your leaders are always picking wars. Y'all better be nice. Be nice.